I don't know about you, but whenever I engage with a Trump supporter, I begin questioning a lot. Not questioning them, questioning myself. Questions such as, what am I doing with my life? Why am I here? Would it be more productive to pour concrete in my ears and let it harden rather than being here? You know, the usual questions. And the main reason is because they all seem like the same exact person, like the textbook, same exact person, copy and paste it. And this is probably the most textbook case that the textbook could ever give you.
And
No,
then
I'm
here.
perfectly fine with throwing mentally disabled people off a mountain.
All right.
I believe in the betterment of humanity. Yeah, I think people who are going to hold humanity back, we should eliminate them.
Can you define like hold humanity back?
Yeah, people who have met an IQ standard that they cannot support humanity or support a normal job or are mentally disabled.
The older millennial has engaged in the usual MAGA traditions, you know, the occasional bigotry, occasional racism, the constant Islamophobia, the Israel glazing, the Trump glazing, you know, the normal stuff. But one issue that he is so keen on posting 30 videos a day about is immigration.
Mass deportation is a bad idea that places America last.
This take is completely genuine and is not in any way a script provided to me by my overlords. Guys, at the end of the day, we have to recognize what we're talking about here. Like, the simple crux of the issue is, should people have to follow the law? If your answer to that is no, you're a anarchist. You're not a liberal. You're not a leftist. You're not somebody who has compassion or somebody who has a heart. You're an anarchist. If you believe that people shouldn't have to follow the law, then you don't want to exist in polite and civilized society. And the argument really is that simple. We have laws that say you cannot come into this country illegally. Now, you're welcome to try to change those laws. You're welcome to elect people who change those laws. That's completely allowed. Like, for the first 2 years under Biden, if the Democrats wanted to change the law regarding immigration, they could have. Those first 2 years under Obama, if the Democrats wanted to change the law regarding immigration, they could have. For 4 years under Clinton, when he had complete control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, he could have changed the laws regarding immigration. At no point was any of that done. Our laws say you cannot be in our country illegally, and the punishment for being in our country illegally is to be deported. You either believe that laws should be followed or you don't. You're not a better person because you think a certain group of people should be able to ignore the law. This is such a childish argument to have. You either follow the rule of law and believe in the rule of law, or you don't. I'm always going to be on the side of people who do.
Now, don't get me wrong. These are some insanely wise words. I mean, let me quote him. He says, you either believe that laws should be followed or you don't. Phenomenal. Philosopher. The older philosopher is what he should call himself. But the question I have for you, Joseph, Mr. Older Millennials, do you believe that laws should be followed? Because you have been charged, not once, but a few times actually. This man was arrested, I'm not kidding, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And this isn't the first time. Before he was snatched for a DUI. A DUI. Obviously, I blurred out the personal information because I'm not a monster, unlike some people. But look, you could see here, the offense was a DUI. And this time, the offense was resisting an officer. He was resisting arrest. He had an arraignment hearing that day. He violated his parole and he resisted arrest. Oh my God. This man must have been so happy to have been white while resisting arrest. And he must be a real heavy hitter because his bond was set at what, $5? That is steep. Now you might be wondering, Rami, why are you talking about this? Who cares? And that's a good question. This guy has talked so much smack about Muslims, about Palestinians, about Arabs, about all these people he doesn't like. And it's so funny that Muslims are actually better citizens than him because as Muslims, we're told to obey the law of the land that we live in. We don't drink, so we wouldn't have a DUI. We don't do drugs, so we wouldn't be doing any of that stuff. And we're taught to be peaceful unless, you know, maybe we're attacked and we need to defend ourselves. And it's crazy because this just goes to show that people are not who they seem to be online. This guy, over and over again, talking about if you can't obey the law, you shouldn't be in the country. If you don't like these laws, you can leave. Laws meant to be followed. If you break the law, you should be punished, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas the whole time he knows that he has his own record. Now, let me tell you a personal story between Joseph and I. A while ago, he hosted a TikTok defending Israel and condemning Palestinians, and it was a live. So I joined. And I know that he knows who I am. I knew. because he had referenced me before in the past. He'd respond to a few of my comments as well. So I know that he knows who I am. When I go in, tries to be buddy-buddy with me, try and be nice, ha ha ha, whatever. We begin debating, and he tries to refer to Palestinians as like a gang, like a little crew, like a little group of bad boys at school or something like that. Like we're not a legitimate people, we're not a legitimate ethnicity, we're not a legitimate land, even though Britain had the British mandate of Palestine, and the people were referred to as Palestinians, even the Jewish people that live there. And I mentioned these points to him, and he just kept getting mad. And he's like, "You don't get to be a people just because you make a little club or whatever." And then he kicked me off. So I don't really care or have much respect or sympathy for Mr. Joseph, seeing that he's so dismissive of people and such an Israeli shill. At the end of the day, he is nothing more than a fat feswe. Oh, you don't know what feswe means? Well, it's an Arabic word, so maybe you don't know what it means, but let me be honest, I don't speak Arabic either. I only know that word feswe because my friend taught it to me. But I am trying to learn Arabic, and I'm using the app called Kalam to do so. It's a great app, and it's one of those apps that allows you to practice on the spot and gives you little exercises to test your knowledge whenever you want. So if you're a Muslim and you don't speak Arabic and you want to, that is a great app, and you can find the link down below in the description. Download it and try it today. And no, I'm not going to tell you what the word feswa means. If you want to know, you can go learn Arabic and find out yourself. If you're a Muslim and you want to be an influencer, check out Muslim Influencer Academy, and you'll find the link down below in the description. That's my academy, by the way, just so you know. I will be teaching you, inshallah. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe to become a part of this channel's family, and we welcome you with open arms. You can find the Discord down below as well. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.